So I want to come full circle here, because I know you've been taking some time off, not just with the boot, but I want to bring something up, and I want to share who you are, because again, people see this guy and they see him as party rock, and he's partying, or he's got a drink in his hand, but that is you on some level, but you're also so smart, and you're so great at what you do, and like I love that you shared with me that on one of your last tours that the whole crew is in the front half of the bus partying, and you're in the back coding, and you taught yourself how to code and build your own website, and you're into crypto and all these things, and you're so ahead of, I think, a lot of other people.
No, in crypto I'm down.
Yeah, aren't we all?
So, but you're into the sustainable living, and we're big fans of you as a musician, right? And we want to know that your new, kind of going forward with what you're going to do and whatever's next.
Yeah.
Are you bringing your new lifestyle into what you're going to do?
Absolutely. I took a break, a hiatus from making music. It's been about, let's say, 5 or 6 months. Maybe. My lifestyle has changed. I wanted to do, with LMFAO, I was, introduced to the party scene in Miami, and it was this festive culture, and it was not really the hip hop, people were shooting in the clubs at that time, and I needed to get away from that, and I went to Miami and I saw this cultural revolution where people were just dancing. It didn't matter what color you were, what gender, orientation, whatever. It was just the music, and it was that universal thing, and everybody was going to the Miami Music Conference, which is, I think, probably now around this time, and it's coming in end of March. And I said, this is my call, this is it. This is what I want to be a part of. And I started making this type of, disco, 80s music with this social consciousness of like, let's just party, let's have a good time. We got some drinking, it's fun, and I did that. And then followed, the whole industry kind of followed suit in that, and everybody started doing it, and every song is a party song. And then I said, damn, you can't party that much, because you gotta sober up, you gotta, and for us, and I was doing a lot of the stuff independently, so I produced my own music, and then we had some friends writing, but I mixed and mastered everything, so it was always work for me, but like fun work. It was my passion, it was my dream, but when I met Jasmine, we met actually, and we had a few drinks that night, but since then, like I literally probably in a year and a half, not even joking, probably have had 5 drinks. Like I don't drink one in the middle of the day at 2, like the song says. I mean, when we were doing the shots and stuff, that video shoot, it was real alcohol. Like we really took shots and partied, but I'm really into, like you said, sustainability, going green, electric. I just built an electric bike. I bought the kit. I got a mountain bike, got the electric motor, got the tools, built.
So is this gonna translate into your like new music? Is this like, this is you now? Like this is like you're learning. You're so smart. You're coding.
It is. It is gonna translate, but I'm not forcing it. Like I just started. I have to go back on tour, and when I say I have to, it's just like a lot of people are booking me. And my agent says, hey, look, you're gonna really take a year off? And I said, yeah, I'm taking a year off. I'm coding. He's like, coding, because I want to learn that, because for the last 10 years, I've been outputting, I've been entertaining, and you learn a little bit, but I haven't been absorbing, like really learning anything new other than just going out every night with the mic, party, DJing. I'm learning how to, maybe make my set cooler or better, but I'm not learning. There's coding going on in the world, there's apps, there's, people are making e-bikes, and there's DIYs, and I want to do them. But then I'm like, oh, I only have 1 day off, and then I got to go back on it's almost too much travel. I mean, because that's my job. So now, I just want to sit at home. We got 3 Saint Bernard and 2 Great Danes, and I almost said Dobermans. And we're building the backyard. We're putting the food in there, to grow our own tomatoes and the potatoes. and we had to build a fence because the dogs would shit on the tomatoes. I mean, the potatoes, and it was dangerous to eat. And
I really wanted to bring that up for the simple fact that, again, I think
not too much. I mean,
we see, but we know you're going to party, and I wanted to bring up the party thing again because as much as party, you are putting positive message out there. As much, even the song
Every day
"Sexy"
I
and
see
I know
my
it,
dream.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're just telling people like, yo, embrace who you are.
Well, that's crazy because I got that song from France in not Lyon, we were in Cannes, and there was this dude, older man, 55, 60, big belly, tan as a mug, hair on his chest, wearing white Speedos, walking, just with his head up, and I looked at that and I said, this dude thinks he's sexy and he knows it. And I'm looking at him like, but he was so confident. I mean, the belly was just huge, but it was tan and oiled up. And I mean, this dude, I know he got chicks. I know he did because of his confidence. And I said, okay. And he was wearing that Speedo. And then all the kids, everybody's wearing the Speedos because it's not. See, in the Palisades, I grew up in a surfer community. If you wear a Speedo, man, you getting killed. You getting beat up, You got to wear the gotcha, the Billabong.
Gotcha.
With the Vans. You can't wear nothing that's not hanging, your knees, And so I bought the Speedo. Me and Sky, we bought the Speedo and we just went out. We had to do it. And it's on my Instagram somewhere. You can see it with the boom.
How'd that feel the first time?
It was free.
Liberating, right?
It was free, baby.
All right.
I must say, if you do see the Instagram, it was cold that day. It was very cold. And during the video in Venice, it was very cold. And that's where that video from Venice, because Venice, I think Cannes and that beach in Venice, and that's why we shot the video in Venice. And it was because of that man that I saw in France. And so without traveling there,
It's amazing.
It's
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. Let's open up some questions. I'm sure we can keep going, and I got a lot more, and we'll do that. But anybody got a question?
I don't remember if it was you or this guy in an interview who was talking about the visualization.
Yeah.
What is
We
it?
both are. It could have been both of us because
Yeah.
we really the secret that DVD and that book, The Law of Attraction. I will say it was the second time I heard that concept because Earl Nightingale is a book that my mom would play for me. It's an audiobook, and he had a book called The Strangest Secret, and it says the exact same thing. And I just still wonder how that was. They called theirs a secret, his was the strangest secret, and it's the same content. But the secret did change my life because they made it visual. And you saw how if someone was thinking negative, how they attracted negativity, and it was a self-fulfilling prophecy if it was negative or positive. Basically, is the whole concept. It's just like whatever you think, your mind is going to reproduce. It's like they said in The Strangest Secret, your mind's like soil. And whatever you plant and you water, you're going to grow. And you can plant broccolis and Brussels sprouts, or you can plant nightshade, which is a deadly poison. But it's still going to grow equally, right? Because it's the earth, and your mind is like soil. And you can plant positivity in those seeds, and you can water those and grow those, or you can plant negative seeds. And so that the secret and the visualization. When we started practicing that, and I was really strict about not having any negative thought. And we talked about that. Or negative thought meaning a thought that you don't want. That's what's negative to you. It's something that you don't like or you don't want. Having those thoughts and eradicating those thoughts from your mind and only thinking positive. And I have this story about travel because I used to convey this and I used to ask people, where do you want to go? And I said, if you can go anywhere for a week, where would you want to go? And the first thing they would go is, well, I don't have any money. I said, okay, see, that's a negative. Okay, they haven't even thought of it. So I said, okay, you have all the money in the world. Where do you want to go? And they would, some people would say Antarctica, and some people, I said the Galapagos Islands, just mainly because my girlfriend probably wants to go there because there's all these animals. And it would be fun. Anyway, I still want to go there too. And so, but I would ask my friend, where do you want to go? And they would say wherever it was, and I would say, okay, so what are you doing about that? Are you going to go? And they would go, well, I want to go to the Galapagos Islands, but I don't have any money. I don't have enough. I can't afford it. And so you have to understand something about the mind. If you think something that you want, that's +1. Your mind's like a computer. And if you think something that you don't want, that's -1. So this person thinks +1, I want to go to the Galapagos Islands. And then they think -1, but I can't afford it. So it becomes 0. They stop thinking about that subject and they go on. So I said, okay, let's think about 2 wants. Let's think about, okay, you want to go to the Galapagos Island, and now just say, and I want to be able to afford it. And then the person said, yeah, and I want to be able to, so that's +2. It's 2 wants in a row, it's +2. And then I say, okay, now, how can you afford it? And the person was like, well, I don't know, I could sell this TV. Well, how much does it cost? And now that person is asking, well, how much does it cost? You can't even get to how much does it cost. Once he says, I can't afford it, it's done. It's shut off. The dream is dead. And so that's what that visualization and the secret taught me, is to go +1. And when I did that, we started thinking, okay, we're going to have a hit song. We're going to have, and usually we're going to have a hit song, but we have no songs, but no, it was, we're going to have a hit songs, and we're going to start tomorrow making a song. And what's that song going to be? And travel, I wanted to go to Amsterdam. Everybody talks about Amsterdam, and I know about the coffee shops, and they do the stuff on the coffee shops, and just Amsterdam was the thing that, like, I don't know why, I was like, okay, and I picked Amsterdam, and I had always thought about that, and 4 months after The Secret, I was performing in Amsterdam for one of our first shows. We had the hit song, I'm in Miami, which is a travel song, which we wrote, I wrote I'm in Miami, and I had never been there. I'm in Miami. It was about what I wanted it to be. I was about to go there and making a mixtape for the Miami conference, and I said, I'm in the sand. I imagine I'm rocking Vans. I'm in the sand. I got a Red Bull and vodka up in my hand, And then when we went out there, it was exactly that and more, and we had really imagined it. And for other people, Miami could be horrible. The bus gets a flat tire, and then it's raining. But for us, we imagined it and went out there with that expectation of it being this great thing, and it was that. And so The Secret was right before I wrote Miami, and I never looked back, and that's how I do all the stuff. So you don't have to only physically travel, you can mentally travel. And that's where it starts. You got to have the travel in your mind, the dream of what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want your life to be. You travel there, and you go there in the future, and you go to the future, and you look back at now as being the beginning of that seed that you planted, and you just connect the dots.
There you go.
Here's to that.